Psalm 91 and 23, supernatural shield, overflowing peace, and authority in the secret place. Psalm 91 says that whoever dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 23 says that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. These aren't poetic ideas, they are eternal realities for those who live by covenant. So now I step fully, completely, unshakably into these promises and make them my atmosphere, my truth, and my inheritance. Almighty God, Sovereign One, Eternal Shepherd, I enter the place of communion, not with casual words, but with fire in my bones and surrender in my soul. I speak as one positioned under divine shadow. I am not hiding from battle. I am being sharpened in intimacy. I am not escaping reality. I am reconfiguring it by the authority of the kingdom. The secret place is not a bunker. It's a command center. Today I take my place, not as a victim of seasons, but as a co-heir with Christ, not as someone hoping to survive, but as one commissioned to shift atmospheres. I decree that under the shadow of the Almighty, I have access to supernatural protection, divine intelligence, and prophetic instruction. I don't walk in reaction. I walk in revelation. I don't tremble at the shaking. I speak peace in the middle of storms. Lord, you are not just the God of the past. You are the God of my now. And right now, I declare, the schemes of darkness fall powerless before your light. The voice of fear is silenced by the whisper of your spirit. The arrows of the enemy are intercepted by your shield of truth. The chaos of this world is ordered by the stability of your throne. The darkness may scream, but my spirit will not be moved, for I dwell in a place where nothing unholy may enter. Father, I decree that I am not just visited by your presence, I am possessed by it. Your presence is not a Sunday moment, it is my daily breath. It is my pulse. It is my light. It is my confidence. I walk covered in oil. I rise marked by fire. I move in divine favor. I think with heaven's clarity. I act with kingdom precision. Every part of me comes into full alignment with your truth. Under your shadow, I declare that my mind is protected from mental torment. My heart is guarded against emotional manipulation. My spirit is awake and alert. My physical body is aligned with the blood of Jesus. My nights are filled with rest and revelation. My mornings open under prophetic command. Lord, you make me lie down in green pastures. You don't just give me rest, you lead me into strategic rest. A rest that heals, a rest that prepares, a rest that activates vision. And even in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because you walk with me, not behind me. You go before me, clearing paths. You are beside me, whispering wisdom. You are within me, burning with glory. You set a table before me in the presence of my enemies, not to prove something to them, but to establish something in me, that I am not defined by opposition, I am defined by covenant, that even surrounded by adversity, I feast, that even under pressure, I overflow, that even when mocked or misunderstood, I rise in honor, because your hand is upon me. You anoint my head with oil, not just for comfort, but for purpose, not just to bless me, but to assign me. I do not carry oil for survival. I carry oil for impact. My oil is not ornamental. It is strategic. It breaks yokes. It opens doors. It makes the impossible possible. Father, I decree that every part of my life, public and private, comes under the flow of your Spirit. Nothing is off limits. Nothing remains carnal. Nothing remains chaotic. I bring my thoughts under submission, I bring my dreams into intercession. I bring my habits into obedience. I bring my speech into surrender. I bring my steps into agreement, because the one who dwells in the secret place does not walk in contradiction. They walk in clarity. Today I release a prophetic declaration over every area of my being, over my body. Health flows from the throne. Every cell is aligned. Every organ is renewed. Every symptom that contradicts the cross of Christ is evicted. Over my soul, I release peace. I reject anxiety, fear, and false pressure. I receive clarity, joy, and strength in the inner man. Over my spirit, I call forth prophetic sharpness. Dreams, visions, discernment, and holy boldness awaken now in me. Over my time, I redeem every lost second. Every delay becomes divine setup. Every detour becomes destiny. Over my territory, I claim spiritual authority. My home is holy ground. My neighborhood is covered. My region is marked for revival. Over my lineage, I break every generational curse. I release legacy, purpose, and supernatural favor for my children and those who come after me. Psalm 91 and 23. Walking in hidden power, unshakable peace, and irrevocable favor. Psalm 91 assures me that I am hidden under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 23 declares that I am led by still waters and that my soul is restored. These are not temporary comforts, they are unshakable foundations. They are the coordinates of a lifestyle lived from the throne, not from fear. And so today, I rise, I speak, I declare, not as a spectator of faith, but as a carrier of glory. Father, I come into the secret place not to beg for relief, but to draw strategies from your Spirit. I don't run here to hide. I come here to be commissioned, because where the world sees uncertainty, I see opportunity. Where they see threat, I see promise. Where others see the end, I see the beginning of the miraculous. You are not a God of panic. You are a God of order, fire, direction, and unstoppable goodness. You are not shaken by storms. You speak through them. You don't merely shelter me from arrows. You train my hands for war and my fingers for battle. I am not afraid of night or day, of noise or silence, of opposition or delay, because in every hour you remain present. I declare over this day and this season, my life is under supernatural construction. My spirit is rooted in eternal blueprint. My destiny is guarded by angels. My peace is non-negotiable. My identity is not up for debate. Because you are my shepherd, I do not follow false voices. I do not graze in empty pastures. I do not wander aimlessly. You lead me. You feed me. You form me. Even when the way looks narrow, it is rich with purpose. Even when the doors are few, they are drenched in divine timing. I decree that the road ahead of me is not random. It has been carved by sovereign hands. I do not stumble in darkness. I walk in prophetic light. I do not guess. I discern. I do not guess what tomorrow holds. I know who holds it, and he walks before me. Even if weapons are formed, they will not prosper. Even if sickness tries to whisper, it will find no agreement in me. Even if lack knocks at my door, it will be met by overflow. Even if fear comes in waves, it will break upon the rock of your presence. And so I speak over every place that once felt dry. Let rivers flow again. Let joy erupt in barren places. Let clarity invade confusion. Let faith rise higher than circumstance. Let divine interruption silence demonic interference. Because I dwell in the secret place, I operate from above, not below. I speak from the heavens to the earth. I'm not waiting for permission from man. I've already been approved by the King. I've been crowned in the Spirit. and every step I take is a step toward divine manifestation. Your word says that you cover me with your feathers, and under your wings I take refuge. That's not poetic, as that's my position. That's not religion, that's my reality. Under your wings, I am not afraid of bad news. I am not manipulated by statistics. I am not impressed by human intimidation, because truth speaks louder, grace moves quicker, glory falls heavier. You've prepared a table, not in paradise, but in the middle of the war zone, and there I eat, there I celebrate, there I remember who I am. The enemy is forced to watch me rise, not because of arrogance, but because you anointed me in secret, and now you're appointing me in public. And so I prophesy over every dimension of my life, over my decisions. I will not move from anxiety. I will move from discernment. Over my finances, they are not ruled by economy but by kingdom covenant. I do not sow from fear. I sow from revelation. Over my health, my immune system is strengthened, my cells renewed, my rest is restorative, my sleep is uninterrupted, my mind is stable. Over my relationships, divine alignments form, old cycles break, manipulation ends, covenant friendships arise. Over my assignments, delay turns into launch, silence becomes voice, seeds break through soil, fruit multiplies. And over my legacy, I declare this boldly: it will not die with me, it will multiply through me. What I build in the secret place will echo for generations. What I carry in my spirit will touch nations. I will leave no area of my life untouched by your oil. My children's children will drink from the wells I've dug today in prayer. I am not just preserved, I am planted. I am not just saved, I am sent. I am not just hidden, I am sharpened. I am not just protected, I am prepared for purpose. Because surely, your goodness and mercy are not temporary visitors. They are permanent companions. They surround me like a mighty shield. They do not come and go, they remain. They do not fade in the fire, they burn brighter. They are not background noise, they are the rhythm of my journey. Psalm 91 and 23, dwelling in glory, operating in wisdom, and walking in kingdom dominion. Psalm 91 declares that no plague shall come near my dwelling, and Psalm 23 promises that even when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. These words are not comfort cliches. They are divine declarations for those who walk in covenant. I do not take them lightly. I take them as law, as breath, as life. I receive them as weapons of faith, tools of war, and songs of peace. Abba Father, I come into the throne room again, not from panic, but from purpose, not out of routine, but out of reverence, not just to ask, but to align myself with eternity. I come to speak from the secret place, not about what I feel, but about what I know, that you are my refuge, you are my fortress, you are my keeper, my light, my defender, my shepherd, my king. I dwell not in fear, but in faith. I dwell not in delay, but in divine timing. I dwell not in distraction, but in direction. I dwell not in confusion, but in clarity. I dwell in the shadow of the Almighty, and in that shadow I see clearly, I hear clearly, I rest deeply, I war victoriously. I decree today in the Spirit from the secret place, no curse shall land on me, no arrow shall penetrate me, no storm shall sink me, no voice of fear shall dominate me, no attack will catch me off guard, for I dwell in a place where you whisper warnings before the enemy even begins to speak. You are the God who speaks in dreams and confirms in silence. You are the one who calls me deeper, higher, farther, and I respond. I don't hesitate. I don't delay. I don't resist. I surrender to the flow of your Spirit. I move by the compass of glory, not by the noise of the world. Lord, you are not just near, you are within. You don't just cover me, you fill me. I am not just preserved, I am possessed by your presence. I am not just visited, I am inhabited. And because of that, I do not live from reaction, but from revelation. So I declare, I am not intimidated by evil reports. I am not paralyzed by uncertainty. I am not suffocated by fear. I am not entangled by the snares of the enemy. I am not impressed by the strength of darkness, because I know the brilliance of your light. Even when I walk through pressure, I walk with peace. Even when I walk through pruning, I walk with praise. Even when I walk through delay, I walk with destiny. You lead me beside still waters, not just to refresh me, but to remind me. I am not lost. I am led. I am not forgotten. I am formed. I am not wandering. I am walking on holy ground. You anoint my head with oil, not sparingly, but abundantly. It is not a drop, it is a flood. It flows from the throne, drenching my thoughts, my words, my decisions, my vision. I do not carry yesterday's oil, I carry fresh fire, fire that consumes lies, fire that melts fear, fire that draws heaven near. You have built a table in front of every accusation. You serve me peace while war rages. You serve me joy in the face of mourning. You serve me victory when the world expected collapse. I eat in rest. I feast in boldness. I am satisfied by your presence, not dependent on external peace. And now I speak into the earth. Let my home be a fortress of light. Let angels walk my hallways. Let healing flow in every room. Let worship echo from every corner. Let every entry point be guarded by divine fire. I speak over my timeline. My past is redeemed. My present is fruitful. My future is secure. My next doors are ordained. My delays are burning into acceleration. I speak over my voice. I will speak what heaven says. I will not echo fear. I will not rehearse pain. I will not partner with darkness through negative declarations. I will prophesy what I have seen in the secret place, because what I've seen in secret shall be made manifest in public. I speak over my legacy. My children will rise in truth. My household will overflow with peace. My bloodline will be marked by righteousness. Every generational curse is reversed. Every hidden blessing is released. And now I declare with conviction, I am a territory of divine occupation. I am a living altar of the glory of God. I am a carrier of prophetic fire. I am an agent of healing in the land. I am a resting place for the Holy Spirit. I am a walking contradiction to the enemy's plan. I am unshakable in storms because I am rooted in the shepherd's voice. Goodness and mercy are not behind me. They are ahead of me. They draw me forward, open the gates, and flood my path with confirmation. They don't just follow, they overtake me. They guard me. They clear the path. They chase away every shadow of fear. I walk, I decree, I build, I believe, not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of the living God. Psalm 91 and 23, seated in safety, anointed for purpose, and released into victory. Psalm 91 declares that the one who makes the Lord his refuge will see 1,000 fall at his side, yet remain untouched. Psalm 23 says that my cup overflows, not just to sustain me, but to spill onto every area I touch. These verses are not soft comforts. They are divine decrees. Today, I enter them fully. I do not visit them on Sunday. I abide in them daily, boldly, permanently. Father, I lift my voice not from desperation, but from holy conviction. I don't cry out in fear. I speak from covenant. I don't reach for temporary peace. I receive eternal reality. I come into alignment with the rhythm of heaven. I declare that your presence is my foundation, your spirit is my breath, and your word is my sword. I dwell in the shelter of the Most High, not as a guest, but as a resident. I don't live at the edge of your shadow, I rest beneath it. I do not fear the heat of the day or the terrors of night. I do not check the weather of the world to determine my peace, because my peace is not seasonal, it's supernatural. You are my refuge, not my last resort, but my first response. You are my fortress, not made of brick, but of glory and fire. You are my God, not in theory, but in active intimacy. You are not distant, you are near. You are not silent, you are speaking. You are not uncertain, you are steady, and you make me steady too. So now, I decree, my life is off limits to fear. My body is off limits to disease. My home is off limits to darkness. My dreams are off limits to confusion. My voice is off limits to doubt. My finances are off limits to lack. My spirit is sealed in fire and truth. Even when weapons are formed, they will not prosper. Even when lies are whispered, they will not stick. Even when warfare surrounds, I will stand in the eye of the storm, unmoved, unafraid, unwavering, because you, Lord, have commanded your angels concerning me, not weak ones, not part-time ones, but mighty angels assigned by name, positioned with fire, trained for my path. They go before me. They stand beside me. They guard every step, block every trap, and surround my children. You lift me up so I do not strike my foot against a stone. I do not stumble in confusion. I do not fall into hidden pits. I walk on terrain that has already been scouted by heaven. I walk in confidence. I walk in wisdom. I walk in favor. I walk in truth. I walk in boldness. I walk in supernatural rhythm. Lord, you have become the shepherd of my soul, not just in my pain, but in my plans. You do not only restore, you rewire me, you redirect me, you release me into divine alignment. Even when I thought I was delayed, you were working detail by detail for my good. And now I see it. I lack nothing. Because of you, my steps are sure. My voice carries weight. My dreams are pregnant with power. My calling is sharper than ever. My heart is healed. My thoughts are clean. My home is a sanctuary. My mind is a river of peace. You walk with me in the valley, not outside of it, but through it. And while I walk, I declare to the shadows, I fear no evil. I fear no outcome. I fear no diagnosis. I fear no betrayal. I fear no change, because I'm not walking alone. And now I release divine decrees over every area of influence. Over my soul, I reject shame. I embrace full healing. What once broke me now builds me. Over my schedule, I am not rushed by pressure. I am led by peace. Over my environment, everything around me comes into alignment with your will. Over my time, the devourer is rebuked. I step into redeemed opportunities. Over my household, every window and door is sealed in the blood of Jesus. Nothing foreign may enter. Over my dreams, I sleep in peace and wake in revelation. Night seasons become encounter zones. Over my future, it is not unclear, it is not delayed, it is unfolding now in perfect timing. You have set a table before me, and it is not an apology, it is an announcement. It says, I am covered, I am chosen, I am full, I am seated in royalty. You anoint my head not just to refresh me, but to commission me. I carry your oil, and I will not waste it. And so I decree over my identity, I am not a slave to insecurity. I am not a product of failure. I am not a reflection of the past. I am a vessel of glory. I am a priest of presence. I am a son marked by fire. I am an arrow in the hand of the Lord. Surely, surely, your goodness is not random. It's targeted. It's timely. It's mine. Your mercy is not limited. It flows daily, freely, endlessly. It follows me into hard places. It wraps around me in dark moments. It lifts me when I forget who I am. It holds me until I can stand again. And now I will not crawl. I will run with endurance. Psalm 91 and 23. Possessing the secret place, governing from rest, and carrying the glory psalm. 91 says that I shall dwell, not visit, not borrow, but dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Psalm 23 confirms that I do not walk alone. I am led, fed, restored, and anointed. These aren't temporary comforts. They are eternal positions. I no longer pray from earth toward heaven. I now decree from heaven into the earth. Father, I come before you not begging, not trembling, not uncertain, but clothed in the righteousness of Christ, filled with the fire of your Spirit, and sealed with your authority. I don't come as a broken vessel. I come as a rebuilt temple. I come as one who knows where he dwells and who dwells within him. I am not just covered, I am commissioned. You have not given me a spirit of fear. You have not left me in confusion. You have not led me into failure. You have positioned me for dominion. From the secret place I rise with divine strategy. I move in prophetic rhythm. I discern with spiritual sight. I build with kingdom blueprints. I do not survive seasons. I steward atmospheres. Because I dwell under the shadow of the Almighty, I cast no shadow of fear. I walk in supernatural courage. I speak with thunderous peace. I move with unshakable clarity. I respond from identity, not emotion. You are my fortress, not fragile, not seasonal, not shifting. You are the unshakable stronghold, and from that fortress I speak to every realm, soul, body, relationships, calling, time, territory. I speak as one who has been with you, and the fire in my voice proves it. I prophesy now into the core of my existence. My spirit is ruled by eternity, not urgency. My faith is not seasonal. It is anchored. My path is not unclear. It is lit with revelation. My story is not a tragedy. It is a testimony. My posture is not defensive. It is royal. My life is not random. It is designed with precision. Even though arrows fly by day, they lose their aim. Even though pestilence stalks in darkness, it loses its grip. Even though rumors roar, they collapse under the weight of truth. Because I do not dwell in reaction, I dwell in revelation. Lord, you are the shepherd of my breath. You guide me in invisible ways. You correct my pace, not to punish me, but to preserve my promise. You anoint me in obscurity and position me in clarity. You raise me not because I'm worthy, but because you're good. I declare over my heart, I will not be led by emotion, but by the wind of the Spirit. I will not be distracted by the noise. I will be tuned to the frequency of glory. I will not let wounds define me. Only the cross marks me now. I will not replay the trauma. I will release the testimony. I will not live under man's opinions. I will live under heaven's decree. You've set a table, and this time I don't sit shaking. I sit smiling. I sit still. I sit fed. I sit surrounded by enemies but completely untouchable because I'm wrapped in presence. This table is not my escape. It is my announcement. I speak over my home. The walls echo with peace. The windows radiate with worship. The atmosphere is charged with angelic movement. No evil shall enter. No darkness shall remain. This is a gate of heaven on earth. I speak over my time. I am no longer late. I am synchronized with the Spirit. I redeem what was lost. I harvest what was delayed. I multiply what was planted in tears. And now I declare over my territory. I do not shrink to survive. I expand to occupy. I carry breakthrough in my footsteps. I reverse curses by my presence. I interrupt the enemy's agenda just by showing up. I will not ask permission to be who you made me to be. I walk where my feet have been prophetically assigned. Even when I walk through shadows, I cast no fear. Even when I walk through pruning, I bleed glory. Even when I walk through silence, I echo your word. Even when I walk through fire, I release fragrance, not smoke. Surely your goodness doesn't chase me timidly. It overtakes me violently. Your mercy doesn't just follow, it floods. Your presence doesn't visit, it invades. Your voice doesn't whisper only, it roars through my bones. I shall not be confused, because the shepherd's voice is clear. I shall not be shaken, because a secret place is my core. I shall not be empty, because my cup doesn't fill, it overflows. I shall not be silenced, because I carry the word like fire in my belly. I shall not be passive, because I am an ambassador of movement.